So hello, my name is Dr. Denise Compton. I am a neuropsychologist at the Institute on Aging at UAMS, and this is one in a series of recordings of mindfulness meditation practice. And so in each one, we review one of the fundamental attitudes that the originator, Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn, has recommended that we bring to the practice of mindfulness meditation. Then we have a short meditation practice. So today, the attitude that we are discussing is an attitude of acceptance. And by this, he means embracing the world as it is, or accepting the human condition as it is. So one of his earliest books was titled Full Catastrophe Living. And he encourages us to embrace the full catastrophe of human beings. So by this he means that every human life is some combination of what we might think of as the good, the bad, and the ugly. Every life has its difficult and stressful times. And when we have an attitude of acceptance, it doesn't necessarily mean that we like what is happening now, or that we approve of it. In this definition of acceptance, we mean that we acknowledge the reality of the present moment, what is already here and now. So it's kind of the opposite of psychological denial. There's a quote from Wordsworth that says, "After all, the best thing to do when it is raining is let it rain." There are some things that we really can't change in the immediacy of a given moment, and so we just have to acknowledge that as our present reality. So instead of turning away from that reality, we turn toward it. We look it squarely in the eye, so to speak. So that means sometimes looking where we really don't want to look. But in doing so, that allows or enables life to serve as our teacher, whatever the present has to teach us. It is working from where we find ourselves here and now. There's a quote from Jon Kabat-Zinn's book, Wherever You Go, There You Are, that I will read. He says, "When we let go of wanting something else to happen in this moment, we are taking a profound step towards being able to encounter whatever is here and now. If we hope to go anywhere or develop ourselves in any way, we can only step from where we are standing." So that last phrase, I think, is the most profound. We can only step from where we are standing. So we'll move now to our meditation practice. And with this session, we're going to do a slightly different type of meditation. So usually we choose something that we will call the anchor for our attention during meditation. We choose something like counting our breath, or repeating to ourselves a word or a phrase, sometimes called a mantra. Sometimes we do what's called a body scan, where we're paying attention on purpose to something very specific. But the form we're going to do today actually is more formless. So what we do is we imagine in our mind's eye that we are sitting on the bank of a stream, and we are watching our own thoughts go by. We're just paying attention to what emerges into our awareness, and then we attempt to let that go and just float on down the stream. So we're watching thoughts emerge and flow away, as opposed to thinking those thoughts. And by thinking those thoughts, what I mean is something emerges into our awareness and we think, oh, that's important. I gotta solve that problem. I gotta make that plan. For example, if it emerges into my awareness that I need to go to the grocery store on the way home from work today, I could go with that and start in my mind to make my grocery list. But in this meditation, I'm going to attempt to not go down that tangent or that stream of thought, but rather when that emerges into my awareness to just notice it and then let it go and bring ourselves back to just simply watching and waiting to see what emerges next. There are a couple of nice analogies for this. So you might imagine that there are leaves flowing down that stream, just one at a time. So as it comes down and floats in front of you, you become aware of it, you notice it, and then you let it go and let it float on by. Or similarly, you might think that a bubble emerges in the stream in front of you. And then that bubble kind of gently bursts and dissipates and is gone away. So we try not to ruminate or obsess on our particular thoughts, but just allow them to emerge and then let them go. So before we begin, we assume our meditation posture. If you are at home during this meditation, or wherever you are, you might wish to lie down. Many prefer to sit. So you want to sit in a chair with good support where you can sit up straight. So you're not going to slump over. You sit with both feet flat on the floor. Your spine is erect and your face points forward. Have your hands resting with palms facing up, either resting on your thighs or cupped in front of you. And typically it's best if you're comfortable to close your eyes. If you prefer not to close your eyes, then find kind of a boring place on the wall or the floor that won't be distracting for you. So in a moment when we begin to just imagine yourself sitting on that bank of the stream and watching your own thoughts, your own feelings, your perceptions, your senses. Just see what emerges into your awareness. Notice with interest and curiosity, but without judgment, and then let it go. Let it just float on by. Return your attention to just sitting or lying and watching your thoughts and feelings as they pass. We'll have about 10 minutes of meditation. When that time is up, I will ring these bells 3 times to let you know that it's time to draw the meditation to a close and return your attention to the room.